They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On 2nd down, Freeman. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big run there by Freeman. 42 yards. And Freeman, not sure if he was a surprise exactly, but he sure took the NFL by storm.
But when you talk with his team, they'll tell you they saw this coming. They knew he had the talent. They were just ready to turn him loose on a full-time basis, and he took full advantage of it.
And now one of the most electrifying runners in the game today. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Tuesday. Ready, we go.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Peterson, Charles, at age 33, I think when he signed with the Redskins, people were wondering what would this season be like. Well, it started off pretty good.
Yeah, and you remember the reason why they're asking that question. Age 33. Last season didn't end very well in Arizona. Had some good games, but was hurt down the stretch. Didn't have those games again. But now, 96 yards in the season opener for Washington at Arizona. Comes back for 20 against Indianapolis. And then 120, a big performance against Green Bay. At his best, you're getting to Adrian Peterson, the defense's fear.
Smith finding his big tight end read for a Redskins first. First down, here's a run with Peterson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Peterson ended up having a really good year, over 1,000 yards, which was 8th in the NFL in rushing. Of course, he was signed after the injury to Darius Geis.
Yeah, that happened midway through the preseason, and he came in and blew them away in a workout, and they wouldn't let him leave Washington, D.C. And guess what? They saddled him up 1,042 yards, his 8,000-yard season. You have to include a 2,000-yard season in 2012. He's now 8th all-time in rushing yards at better than 13,000 and 5th all-time in rushing touchdowns with 106. Do you know what his dad nicknamed him as a kid?
All day.
You got it. AD doing his thing in D.C.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this one complete to Reed. Jordan Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, 31 yards. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I don't know who exactly made the call. Was it the special teams coach? But it had to be okayed by the head coach. Gutsy call. Fake field goal that results in a touchdown. A terrific play.
Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Well, as they get ready for this next drive, we shift our attention to a little Super Bowl conversation. The 3rd time that the Super Bowl, Charles, is going to be played in Atlanta, and the Patriots had 35,000 folks come out in Foxborough before departing for a little rally.
How about that? You would think that would be a fan base who might be a little bit blasé about the whole thing because they seem to go just about every year. But they continue to use their rallying cry. They hate us because they ain't us. And as for the game itself, February the 3rd, I can't wait. I'll be there to call the game internationally one more time. Just remember, this game is 17 years to the day since Super Bowl 36. Got this whole Patriots thing kick-started, literally, Adam Vinatieri with a game-winning field goal. Patriots beat the Rams 20-17. Same franchise, different city. They were in St. Louis then.
Now, and incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Ready! You ready? Gun.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now the pitch to Freeman. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 2nd down, Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, we have a second. Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but, you know, the Patriots...
nobody believes in them.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, were you guys just trying to use that for your own motivation? He said no comment because they will. They know they're not the underdog.
They know it, but when you've been that great for this long,
you need something.
You've got to find something different. And Tom Brady, I've got to give him credit. Somehow he made his team buy that and believe in it when no one else in the country did. And I think it really started with their first playoff game this year when the Chargers came to town. I know I picked the Chargers against them. A lot of people picked the Chargers.
They got his man complete. A gain of 39 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the red zone now, Smith. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Look. like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They give it to Peterson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Here's Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get the field goal here at the end of the 2nd quarter and take the lead into the lockers.
And isn't that what every team wants to do? Right at the end of the half, put points on the board, and go into the locker room feeling a lot better about themselves.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the 2nd half gets underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with a return of 102 yards. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about...
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Matt Ioannidis in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Ryan. Caught by Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. So the first connection there, Ryan to Jones, is certainly a big reason they're losing on the scoreboard.
As they go as a connection, it's Pierce, so goes the team. And they need to be on the same page, in sync. And they really wish it could have been earlier in the game. Now they've got some ground to make up.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Hey, got it.
They're going to try and throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and now it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 12 yards and a 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 2, Smith. It's brought in by Doxson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doxson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Back now here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Ryan now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. Fights through, and now a crease. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Complete to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. On 1st down, Ryan. Open space inside the 10. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. 23 yards on the play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, let's go.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons get a bit closer. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves.
He's got a man complete. Midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Handoff comes to Peterson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now it's Smith. Completes it right side to Doxson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Peterson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room. Sprint him out to one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.